All right, as we wind down here on a Friday edition of the program, we know that our next guest is a rock star on the field. Came in, no training camp, showed up in September, and put together a 9-sack season. Obviously would have been double digits if he had been there the whole year. I didn't know how much of a rock star he was away from the field, and we want to give him an opportunity to talk about some of the wonderful things that he's doing with the Van Noy Valor Foundation. It is a pleasure for us to welcome back into the program Ravens edge rusher Kyle Van Noy, who's with us now here on GCR. Kyle, it's Glenn Clark, Stan the Fan Charles here in Baltimore. It's great to chat with you, man. Thank you for taking a couple of minutes for us.
Hey, thanks so much, Stan, and it's Stan and Glenn.
Yes,
sorry, I was going to call him Clark, and I knew that would have been bad.
You know what,
I
man?
just wanted to say thanks for having me on today. Sorry, it might be a little loud. I'm getting a haircut. I gotta look good. I gotta look good for my event coming up. You know.
So coming up this week, the Van Noy's Charity Golf Challenge. Now, admittedly, this event is out in Utah, and I don't know how many folks from Baltimore, although you can, and I'm sure, Kyle, you would be welcoming of folks from Baltimore that want to go out there. But I did want to let you talk about it also because perhaps it could provide an opportunity for people to know more about what it is that you're doing and consider making a donation, even if they can't get on a flight out to Utah next week.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you setting the stage. You did a really good job of making me look good. But no, for those that are in Baltimore and that want to participate, you can go to the Van Noy Valor Foundation.org, or you can go to vannoygolf24.givesmart.com. That was a lot. So I say we just do the Van Noy Valor Foundation.org. You can go on to there. I'm actually going to set it off right. On Monday, it's going to be live. Actually, I think it's live right now, but on Monday, I'm going to put $20,000 of my own money into this kickoff for those that want to participate, that are away, whether you're in Baltimore or, the D.C. area, because there's some Baltimore fans in that area. I'm going to kick it off with donating my own money to this. It means a lot to me. I'm actually adopted. My wife and my brother-in-law, my wife's father and my brother-in-law are also adopted.
Wow.
So it means a lot to us.
So tell us more about what the foundation, is all about, Kyle.
Yeah. So I don't know why I stopped there.
You're
Let me
good,
keep
man.
going. We work with
bro. This is the nice
kids.
part about this conversation, Kyle. We are so inclined to like you because you're such a damn good football player that you can screw up everything and we're still good here, man.
Yeah. No, I'm actually. We work with foster care kids in the communities. This last year, we were able to do giveaways. I love the holidays, so we do lights, Christmas, trees, presents, all sorts of stuff. We did that in the Utah area. We hosted about 8 families, and then in Baltimore, we surprised 3 families that came to the Ravens practice facility. I gave a tour, and then at the end of the tour, we were able to give them gift cards and presents to kids that are in foster care to brighten their day a little bit and to give them words of encouragement. It was pretty fun.
That's awesome, man. That's
That
good,
really is.
good on you, dude. And we love the idea of supporting this. I'm gonna make the challenge. You had 9 sacks last year. How about $10 per sack? How about people step up and throw in $90?
That would be awesome. But we have a number on there. My new number is 53.
Okay.
I feel like that's a number that people will be like, oh, that holds meaning.
Yep.
It's something that a lot of people from the goodness of their heart could be like, okay, 53, that's a good number. I like that. I'm supporting Van Noy. 53, it kind of adds up. So I think that one is what we're shooting for people that feel like donating, is kind of hard. But if you want to donate 53, that rings the bell for them. They might like it a little bit more than 90.
That sounds really good. Why the number change, Kyle?
I just felt like 53 looks better than 50.
That gets $3 more per donation.
Yeah, right, there you go.
That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. No, I think it's just something that I've always worn wherever I've gone.
Right.
I know in Los Angeles I went to 8. 5 plus 3, that was 8. So 53 is my number. I've made some good plays in 53 as well as I did with 50. I just have an expectation when I wear 53. It's something that means a lot to me. And I want to represent Baltimore, you know. It's a place that, I'll tell you a quick story. I wear a CPAP, and so I had to get some distilled water. And I was in the Walmart walking around, and just everybody that, you know, from the employees that were working there to the cash register people were so happy that I was back.
Yeah.
And I was so pumped to be a part of the community again and just enjoy the fans. I think we have some of the best fans in the world, if not the best. I believe we have the best stadium in the world. It's not even close. You can argue with a wall. I really am entrenched in Baltimore forever. I'm really proud to represent Baltimore area, a lot of hard-nosed people that love football, and I'm excited this year. I know last year was a little disappointing, but we have a chance to repent for our sins this year.
You're chatting with Kyle Van Noy. By the way, we're going to link up those websites on our Twitter account at Glenn Clark Radio so that you guys can go there and find them and get your donations in. Kyle, you bring that up, man. I ask because I get that it would be easy to give a stock answer to something like this. But did you know, like when you showed up here, you know, that late in the process, in your mind, did you say, man, this is going to be a place I'm going to be for a couple seasons, maybe the rest of my career? Or was it, I'll go do this, but if I'm back on the couch in a couple of weeks, like, so be it. I'll go back to making some YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and I want to give you the cliche answer, but I'll go in depth a little bit. I honestly expected a lot. I mean, okay. I felt like the year previous I showed that I could play ball at a high level still, and it was kind of disappointing and waiting around, and then Ravens showed interest early, and I felt like it was a little low ball situation. And then, you know, yet again, they were the only team that came forward, and it was kind of to prove to them that they were right, because I like to prove people right. I'm not big into like, let's focus on the haters and negative energy. I want to focus on the positive energy. And I just wanted to prove to the people that were in my corner, prove to them that they made the right decision, and then that I did enough for them to want me back and need me back, and showcase my skills to, you know, the league as well as to Baltimore. Like, man, even though we've played them again when I was with the Patriots, we actually like this guy now. He's making plays for us. So it was something that I always wanted to do after the season, was go back. But I'm always going to keep my options open, just because I've kind of been screwed over a couple times in the NFL, as well as I've benefited a lot. So, you know, when EDC came to the table, I was super excited that he wanted me back, and it was fun to be a part of last year's run, and hopefully we can make another run at it this year.
Give us some insight into what kind of defensive coordinator Zach Orr is going to be, Kyle.
Despite the fact that you're actually older than him, which is really something that I am.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I know Mike Garofalo put a tweet out today and said that, and I was ready to beat him up for that. But that's funny. I honestly, you know, a lot of people have been asking me to compare Mike and Zach, you know, what would be different. But honestly, you know, Zach is his own person. Obviously, they're cut from the same tree, but it's going to be different. I think you're going to see different concepts and different things that Zach likes to do, and I just believe he's going to be aggressive. That's who he was as a player. I think people forget Zach Orr was an all-pro linebacker before he was done, and so he's very smart and capable of, you know, leading men. And I'm excited to work with him and, you know, do my best to help him out and give him some pointers. And yeah, it's going to be great. I think the biggest thing to take from it all is he's going to be aggressive. I think that's going to be a fact.
You mentioned a second ago, jokingly, the idea of repenting for the sins, and obviously you're referring to the AFC Championship game. You've won Super Bowls, obviously. Like, is the pain still as raw for you as it is for someone that's never been there, that this was their first taste, their first opportunity? Like, you don't ever have to worry about going an entire career without accomplishing it. You've done it. Is it still the same pain?
Yeah, I think it's more because I know what the other side feels like. And I know the opportunity that we had, and, you know, I felt it a lot. I think I told a lot of people that I didn't leave my house for a week. I was really that devastated because, you know, I hate losing, and I'm going to try to do whatever I can to win and be the best teammate I can be, as well as, you know, try to do my thing on a football field. It's just a disappointment when you get to that stage and you don't win the championship, because that's the goal. But, you know, I think it was a good learning experience for everybody.
It seems like the type of thing that everybody I've talked to, like, do you obsess over it? Do you bring it up to try to feel, or do you have to ignore that and say it's a different? Like, I just don't know what those conversations are like. Do you put pictures up, remind everybody, hey, this is what we're working for us, and never feel like this again? Or do you utterly and completely ignore it and say we're not going to obsess over the failures of the past?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
To be honest, I think, you know, you can't ignore it because it's everywhere. But at the end of the day, like, you got to move forward too, right? I think it would be stupid to just, you know, sulk over it and, you know, oh, woe is me. I mean, well, you have to, you know, just like everybody else, when you go through a hard time, you got to pick yourself up and keep it moving.
You've given a few of we've seen you give a few of the pregame speeches, that you've been the guy breaking the huddle, right? Like, has that always been?
That was just once. And
Okay.
I was mad that I did that because, you know, as an older guy, I might not say the things that the younger guys say, you know?
wait a second. Like, you just think you're speaking a different language than them?
I think mine comes off as more words of wisdom, right?
Wait, they're looking at you like, what is this old man? Like, what is he talking about?
Exactly.
So did
I
you?
don't think I'll leave to Roquan. He does a way better job than I do.
I was gonna say, did you enjoy doing it? Like, was it something you wanted to do, or did they just kind of default like, all right, Kyle, you go do it this week?
Yeah, I think it was more of, you know, Roquan being respectful because he wasn't going to play in the game.
Yeah.
He's not going to, that's what I love about Ro. He's not going to fake it, right? He's not going to tell you to do something if he's not going to be able to do it. And I think I was still playing in the game. So it was like, hey, you speak to him because you're actually going to be playing out there with him. And I respect that. And, you know, I'm grateful for Roquan giving me that opportunity. It's something I feel like I've always wanted to do and be part of a leadership. And, you know, Roquan kind of, you know, it's awesome that he looks at me as a leader too.
That's cool.
To, you know, be able to be like, hey, this is not just me, this is us. And he does that with a lot of guys. And I'm really appreciative of Roquan, and Lamar too. They both do a good job of, you know, leading when they need to, as well as looking at others that are leaders too. Like, it's your turn.
Kyle, I know it's a team effort on defense, but what does Roquan mean to that defense above and beyond his playmaking? You know,
I mean, I think he represents a lot to the Baltimore community.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude is just different. I mean, I said it the other day, like not too long ago, that if you had Lamar Jackson and Roquan Smith in your building, I mean, I would be elated as fans because they're one of one, both of them. And I'm just proud to be teammates with them and proud to be friends with them. It's an honor to be friends with two guys like that play football the right way, but also are the right way off the field too.
That's well said, man. We appreciate that, and I hope that there'll be another speech at some point. Actually, like, I hope that we get to hear that from you. The Van Noy
Yeah.
Valor Foundation, again, we're asking, it's $53 for Kyle's new number, $53. And we've linked up. You want to remind everybody one more time what the websites are, Kyle?
Yeah, the two websites are vannoyvalorfoundation.org, or you can go to vannoygolf24.givesmart.com. Those are the two. I personally like the vannoyvalorfoundation.org. That one's a little bit easier, so let's do that one.
I'm going to do something here that I've done a few times, and it's going to be, I'm going to offer an apology, man, because the day that you came in, I probably used the term, I don't know it, but I'm going to guess I used the term scrap heap.
Old.
Or yeah, I'm going to guess that I said that, like, I don't know how much of an impact this guy can have picking him up. And boy, did you prove everybody to be an idiot.
Yeah. I do it a lot, you know. So, you know, I like to say thank you too, because, you know, I'm at the end of the day, it does motivate me. But I think what people fail to realize, for myself, this is just my opinion, is that I've played multiple positions over my career. I've never been able to focus on one. I've done, you know, off the ball a lot. I've done both a lot. I've never been asked to just rush, and that's what I did in college. And so for me, it's kind of awesome because being on the edge still feels new. And so I enjoy learning and getting better at this pass rush thing. And so it's fun to school people like yourself that, you know, give me doubt. But at the same time, like, it's also fun for myself and to know that I have a lot more game left in me.
It's so funny because you brought up EDC. I did an event with him not that long ago, and I just looked at him and said, bro, I have no idea how you pulled all this off. And the smile on his face was through. Like, man.
He does a good job.
It is incredible. Kyle, what an incredible fit you've been here in Baltimore, and more importantly, this work that you're doing for foster kids. It's incredible, man. We truly commend you for that. We can't wait to see you back out here for training camp in a couple of weeks. Enjoy the rest of your summer, man, and thank you for spending a couple of minutes with us today.
Thanks, guys. See you guys in training camp.
Hope the haircut turned out good.
Yeah, right. We didn't ruin it by distracting you. Thanks, bud.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Kyle Van Noy, really, again, I mean, we all felt the same way. Okay, they're bringing in this guy. Sure.
Where did he play college at?
BYU.
BYU,
yeah. And look, obviously has been a hell of a player during his career. Just, you know, normally when a guy's available in September, it's not because they're going to come in and, you know, put up a 9-sack season. Boy, was he a godsend for this football team, and glad that they were able to bring him back.